Now, a classic example of a good combination of welfare and happiness plus skillful administration of a leader in the recent history can be undoubtedly Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now, I know, whenever we hear this name of this legend, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, it is highly likely that an image of a warrior king may emerge in our mind. A person with the Kshatriya attire, attire of a warrior, riding on a horse maybe, holding a sword, ready to launch an attack. It may appear in our mind, but I have to request you that the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was not restricted just to the wars or the warfare. He was an able administrator. Not just an able administrator, he was an excellent administrator of various issues. Wherever he had gone to engage in a war, it was only for the welfare of the people. Whether it was about looting a territory or about freeing some of the prisoners of war in another territory, or maybe releasing the public from the clasps of someone like a really cruel king, cruel empire. He always went for the welfare of the people. But that was not the only story. He had a ministry, basically an administration of 8 ministries of different aspects of kingdom management, which he had created step by step. Whether it would be on home ministry affairs, home affairs, defense, law, art and culture, or finance, or education, or social aspects, women empowerment, community harmony, a lot of aspects were brought into and distributed amongst these 8 ministries, and they were administered by 8 able ministers. So when these 8 ministers put their trust and confidence in this one leader, they could only do that when they also saw that this leader had an intent of public welfare and a capability of driving the administration. And when they were hired in their respective capacities, the public basically put their trust in these ministers because they saw that they have been hired according to their capabilities. What a beautiful example. Not just one Senapati who probably fought a war, a battle, a minor battle, but just to save his king, and in doing so, he gave up his own life. But these 8 ministers also kept working day in and day out just to ensure public welfare and prosperity of the kingdom. There were times when there was loss of economy. So there were taxes imposed on the competition, on the nearby territories. There were more businesses brought by aligning or creating more allies in the nearby territories. There were different ideas created just to bring more money into the system in the kingship of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now, what is happening in all of this? I want you all to focus on this very important aspect, which is not just ensuring welfare and happiness, not just ensuring that the business or the prosperity keeps coming, but doing it over and over again. So, in the previous episode, I gave you a few examples, probably from the recent times, probably from the personal experiences. But when these examples of showing leadership in winning trust of the employees on a one-time or two-time basis, it doesn't sustain forever. Sustained trust of employees and people in the leadership can only happen when the display of the capability and the intent of welfare and happiness is repeated over and over again. And Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, I request you all to read his story in full sense, was able to do this over and over again for the entire lifetime of his. So, this is the extension of the Kriti Shilpo skill that I talked about in the previous episode. Kriti Shilpo, one time display of this is sufficient to create confidence amongst the employees. But doing it over and over again ensures sustained trust of people in the leadership.